Hi, everybody, and welcome into Cougar Stadium or Cougar Field, excuse me, as we get ready for 2022 opening day CCCAA baseball, as the College of the Canyons Cougars hosting the Saddleback Bobcats. I'm Matt Robinson, happy to have you along here on the Cougar Sports Network, as it's been almost 2 years since we've had baseball here at Cougar Field, but finally we get back to it a little bit here today as COC and Saddleback getting ready to get underway, meeting at the plate between the umpires and the head coaches, getting just about wrapped up. Everybody kind of getting ready to go. And like we said, it's been about 2 years since we've seen baseball here at Cougar Field, but it's been a lot longer than that since we've seen a live stream here of a home game, and that's what we're planning on doing here today. Get a little baseball for you on a cold day in Santa Clarita. 58 degrees here today with a little bit of a wind out of the northeast, so should make for some interesting conditions with the wind kind of swirling and blowing a bit from outfield in towards home plate, as the Cougars try and get off to a hot start against a Saddleback team that did get to play back in 2020, by the way. Saddleback got the opportunity to kind of go at it under Summer McCartney, the head coach, who has been their head coach since 2011. A lot of the guys on the Saddleback side have had some playing experience, upwards of 20 games over the last couple of years, which bodes well for them. As for the Cougars, as we said, March 9th, 2020 was the last time they played a baseball game. And a lot of fresh faces for Chris Cota in his 20th season at the helm of the Cougars program. Or actually, it'll be his 21st season, or 22nd year, 21st season, I guess, technically, since they did get a little bit of 2020 in, just not very much. Bringing the lineups here. We don't have much information on anybody, like we said. It's been a while since we've had baseball, so we'll try and talk about players as we can. Starting lineup for Saddleback: Danilo Tutuko will get the start and lead off at second base. Jonathan Bem, the right fielder, batting in the 2 spot. Michael Davini, the third baseman, batting in the 3 spot. Jordan Disson, followed by Cole Konarski. Lance Gardner, the shortstop, in the 6 spot. Luke Stuka in the 7 spot. Tyler DeClausen batting 8th and playing left field, and the center fielder Brent Riddle batting 9th. They will face Scott Bauman, who will get the start for COC here today. As Bauman, a Freshman out of West Ranch High School, a 2-year varsity player at West Ranch. Had a career 2.07 ERA and 13 starts and an 8-4 record. Struck out 70 batters during his varsity stint. And just moves on down the road here to College of the Canyons, and we'll get things underway in just a moment. Defensively for the Pioneers, Steven Gonzalez will play first. Rowan Turan at second. The shortstop is Alex Ballesteros. Andy Ambriz will be the third baseman. In left field for the Cougars, Jaden Myatt, center fielder. Tafton Hensley and Jetley Party will start in right with the battery, as we said, of Scott Bauman and Brandon Rayner behind the dish. We are just about ready to get underway here. Opening day 2022 from Cougar Field. As we are ready to get underway here from Cougar Stadium, Teotihuaco will start things off. Played in 22 games for Saddleback. Last year before, got the year back due to the COVID-19 pandemic, which is still ongoing. Hit .325 in 22 games with 8 runs batted in, 23 runs, and a stolen base. Will lead off and hit from the left-hand side as he'll face Bauman. And we are underway. First pitch over for a called strike. As Bauman starts things off well for the Cougars, at least in terms of a one-pitch scenario, as we go 0-1 here to Teotihuaco. Played his high school ball at Capistrano Valley in Mission Viejo, so local to the Saddleback area. As he swings and fouls the 0-1 pitch away, off and to the left. And the count 0-2. For Bauman, during his 2020-2021 season, which would have been his senior year at West Ranch, got a little bit of baseball in, went 6-2 with a 2.19 ERA in 8 starts. Struck out 50 batters, so a high strikeout guy during that season. Only walked 14 and gave up just 14 earned runs. Of course, if you're familiar with Santa Clarita baseball, West Ranch has turned into a very, very good program, despite being one of the younger schools in the Santa Clarita Valley. Them and Golden Valley have both turned into quite the high-functioning baseball programs. Football teams have gotten better over the last few years as well. For a time, it was really Valencia that kind of ran the ship in baseball, but West Ranch has certainly started to take that away from them quite a bit. As Bauman on the rubber, waits for the sign from Rayner. And the 1-2 pitch misses away, and the count even at 2-2. As you said, pretty windy here today in Santa Clarita. Santa Ana winds blowing out of the northeast. 12 miles per hour. They're saying the sustained gusts will be a little bit higher than that, so should make it interesting on the outfielders. It's the 2-2 pitch fouled away, and we'll stay at 2-2. can kind of hear the wind a bit as we try and bring the house mic up as that one hits Teotihuaco on the arm. So after starting ahead 0-2, the leadoff runner aboard. So what initially looked like a solid start for Bauman ends up giving up a base runner. I'll bring in Jonathan Bem. As he takes the first pitch away. Bem, 21 games in 2020-2021, hit .319 with a home run and 20 runs batted in. So we'll keep an eye on the runner at first base. Short lead, 1-0 pitch over for a called strike, and the count even at 1-1. Bem out of Lewis Palmer High School, Monument, Colorado. Also played hockey growing up, which in the state of Colorado, very natural. Baseball, hockey kind of go together. Football, always a sport across the nation, but see a lot of ball players also out on the ice. As that pitch over for a called strike and a breaking ball from Bauman, and the count 1-2. That one fouled away as Bem just reaching for it, able to poke it out of play. As we wait on the 1-2 pitch from Bauman. One misses just up and in. Trying to catch the corner on the near side, getting Bauman to chase, but able to hold off. The count now even at 2-2 with a runner on first. Nobody out. Just underway here from Cougar Stadium, opening day 2022. We should say Cougar Field. Cougar Stadium, actually the football stadium. Gonna have to get that out of my vocabulary here early on as the 2-2 pitch. Lift in the air down the line to right and out of play. That one lifted in the air towards left on a 2-2 pitch. Myatt standing right where the ball is going to land will make the catch. One away here in the first. As Michael Davini will step in for his first at-bat of the 2022 season. Freshman out of Alisa Nagel. Davini hit .327 in high school with 13 home runs, 64 runs batted in as he takes that pitch inside for a ball. Only played 7 games in his senior seasons, 2019-2020. Didn't get a lot of opportunities as COVID-19 shortened that season and kind of really hasn't played baseball since. It's the runner in motion, but Davini fouls this one away. And the count even at 1-1. Davini during his junior year hit .373 with 7 home runs, 24 runs batted in 33 games, so certainly a guy that has some pop. That pitch is going to get away from Rayner, and it's going to send the runner to second base. Rounding, heading towards third is Teotihuaco, but he's going to turn back as Rayner was able to get to the ball. It was a big turn from Danilo, though, at second base. He was all the way about halfway between second and third. So there's plenty of room and foul ground behind home plate. It's a 2-1 count here to Davini. That one ripped down the line, but foul. Just wide of third. And the count even at 2-2. As that one catches Davini. And the second hit batter here of the ball game for Bauman. With the one away, the cleanup hitter Jordan Disson will come up. So trouble here for Bauman in the first. Been laboring a bit. Got ahead of the leadoff hitter, 0-2 before hitting him. Got Bim to fly out to left. And then was even with Davini, actually ahead of Davini at 1-2. And plunked him as well, so it'll put 2 runners on. And the first pitch swinging, Disson, grounder towards short. Picked up by Ballesteros to second for 1. On to first, and a double play for the Cougars. Ballesteros and Turan turning 2, getting Bauman out of trouble. No runs, no hits, 1 left on at the end of a half an inning. No score. Cougars coming up.
Our sports medicine program here at College of the Canyons is meant to introduce students who are interested in some type of career in sports medicine. Most of my students are interested in careers as an athletic trainer, physical therapist, or orthopedic surgeon. So when they're done with our program, they will have their Associates of Science. Do you love sports? And do you take satisfaction from seeing someone go from injury all the way back to the sport that they love? Then this is a program you should definitely consider.
Saddleback kept off the board after getting 2 runners on in the top half of the first inning, and that'll bring the Cougars to the plate here in the home half of the second. Lineup for COC, Taft and Hensley will lead off. Alex Ballesteros will bat second. DJ Cougar, the DH in the 3 spot. Andy Amber is batting 4th. Jaden Myatt hitting 5th. Brandon Rayner, the catcher, in the 6th spot. Or excuse me, in the 7th spot. Rowan Turan in the 8th spot. And Jet Li Party hitting 9th. Missed Steven Gonzalez in the 4th spot. As they will face Connor Wolford getting the start for Saddleback. Wolford appeared in 8 games for Saddleback during that COVID-shortened season. Went 2-0 in 16 and a third innings pitched with 1.65 ERA, 12 strikeouts, had 2 saves as well. As defensively for Saddleback, Stuka at first, Yatuko at second, Gardner at short, Davini at third, McClusson in left, Riddle in center, Bem in right, and Disson behind the plate. As Taft and Hensley will lead things off. Freshman out of Mooresville, North Carolina. Seeing his first college at-bat. Hit .250 in high school with a home run and 4 RBIs in 16 games during the 18-19 season. So last time we could find stats on him as the righty will lead things off. As the first pitch from Wilford. Bunted foul. Something you don't see a lot of anymore in college baseball. Just baseball in general, bunting for hits. And Hensley trying to catch the defense sleeping, just couldn't get a good contact on that one. Fouled it right into his own helmet. As he fouls the next pitch off on a check swing, kind of just hit him on the hands. It's a good pitch from Wolford. The count 0-2. Remember, first game for a lot of these guys in a long time, first actual game. Is that one just a number back to the pitcher, and Wolford will make the play. One out here in the home half of the first. So Alex Ballesteros will step to the plate. Freshman out of Birmingham High School. Played 19 games in 2019-2020. That was the last time the Cougars played baseball here at Cougar Field. Had 76 at-bats, hit .316 with a couple of home runs, 14 runs batted in. Also walked 8 times as the first pitch on the outside corner for a called strike. It's 0-1. Ballesteros, one of the handful of Cougars with previous experience for COC. That pitch misses, and the count even at 1-1. It's going to be a little bit of a battle for the Cougars this year, just trying to get used to being back on the field for one thing. And just the difference of playing college baseball as that one misses on a breaking ball up. Count even at 2-2. So this one chopped towards second. Tutuico will pick it up and softly toss it to first, 2 down. So a pair of groundouts to open up, 2 away, and DJ Cougar will step to the plate. Cougar, another one of the handful of Cougars with previous college baseball experience. Played 19 games back in 2020. Hit .329 in those 19 games. 24 hits and 73 plate appearances at bats. As he takes the first pitch for a called strike. Also pitched a little bit back in 2020. 3 1/3 innings, gave up 7 hits and 4 earned runs. Transition to the field as this one lifted in the air towards left center field. DeCluzin is there. And Wolford retires the side in order and quickly at the end of 1 full. No score between the Cougars and the Bobcats here from College of the Canyons.
At Jersey Mike's, we think no sub should be measured in inches long or seconds till served. A sub should be measured in moments. Time with friends. Lunch breaks unbroken. Every sub is a chance to be great. Every sub should ask the question, am I a sub or am I a sub above? Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Top of the second we go. Konierski, Gardner, and Stuka starting things off. Konierski out of Elia, California, or Elia High School in Chino Hills. Four-year varsity player back in high school. Hit .419, 11 home runs. Plenty of pop out of the Saddleback lineup. If you look up and down, a lot of guys that have some power. Although today may be tough with the wind kind of swirling around. That one over for a called strike. Konierski kind of a check swing. Thought better of it, but takes a strike, and it's 1-2. This one lifted in the air towards left and out of play, and there's a lot of room back there. You can't see it on camera, as our camera doesn't move. It's kind of stationary, locked off, but the bullpen is out to our left behind the Cougar dugout on the third base side, and that is all in play. And there's plenty of room out there to chase balls down. It's almost an added little extra section of the ballpark. As the 2-2 pitch, a breaking ball just misses on the inside. Or excuse me, the 1-2 pitch, a breaking ball just misses on the inside. And the count out 2-2. Talking about the foul ground here. Down the line and left, it's pretty traditional. Right along the fence line, right along the dugout. So that one fouled away off towards right field, excuse me, towards our right. We were saying the foul territory, pretty traditional. The bullpen's in play on both sides, but as we said, towards left field, it's kind of an extra maybe 25 feet. And that gave Ambriz a chance to try and chase that one down. As this one grounded towards short, Ballesteros will pick it up and fire to first, one down here in the second inning. Lance Gardner will step to the plate. Gardner 5 games for Saddleback at a .400 average. Didn't get many opportunities, but did well when he got the opportunities. He takes the first pitch down. Back in high school, played for Capistrano Valley, was a South Coast League MVP during his high school days. See, grounds this one foul up the third base line. Count even at 1-1. Another guy with a little bit of pop, had a home run, 4 runs batted in those 5 games for Saddleback. This one hit down the line and right. And twisting foul, the count 1-2. And you got to think for the Bobcats this year, when you consider the amount of players they have with experience, both at the plate and on the mound this year, you've got to figure they're one of the favorites in their conference this year. As that one fouled away. The Orange Empire Conference, a tough one, but certainly you would figure Saddleback would be a team that's maybe in the discussion this year. In terms of the top dogs in the Orange Empire. Is this one? Line towards third, and Amber is there to make the play as it was hit high enough to get past the third baseman, 2 down. Look at the Orange Empire Conference. Traditionally pretty good. Cypress, Fullerton, Golden West, Irvine Valley, Orange Coast, Riverside, Saddleback, and Santa Ana. All very good baseball teams every year. This one twisting down the line and left and foul as Stuka fouls it away. Stuka 21 games for the Bobcats in his previous season with them. Hit .219 with a couple of home runs. 6 runs batted in, hitting from the left side of the plate. Out of Corona Del Mar High School. That pitch just misses down. Good pitch from Bauman. Dugout wanted to know where that one was. The 2-1 pitch misses down. Count now 3-1. Of course, talking about the Orange Coast Conference, had some tragedy 2 years ago. Yesterday, as a matter of fact. John Altobelli in that helicopter crashes. This one, a charge put into towards right field, and that one is gone. Stuka with a solo shot here in the second. And Saddleback on the board first with a 1-0 lead. Stuka certainly gave that one a ride. Lepardi drifted back to give it a look, but never really had a chance. As the Bobcats with a 1-0 lead off their first home run of the season. As Stuka gives it a ride. We'll bring Tyler Declusion to the plate. Eight games back in 2021. For Saddleback, hit .364 with a run batted in and 5 runs scored. Has a 2-out home run, has given Saddleback the 1-0 lead. Count 1-2 here to Declusion. Two-sport athlete back in high school, played baseball and football as he grounds this one inside of third base for a base hit down the left field line. Rounding first, he'll try for 2. As the throw from Myatt cut off, and Declusion has a 2-out double. So the 7 and 8 hitters causing problems for Bauman. Stuka with the home run, Declusion with a 2-out double. And Brent Riddle will step in. We're talking about Orange Coast College. We said had some tragedy, part of that Orange Empire Conference. John Altobelli was in that plane crash at Ash. All right, little technical difficulties. Had some audio issues for a second there. We were saying John Altobelli was part of that helicopter crash that killed Kobe Bryant and a host of others. Is that one going to get away from Rayner? Alto, of course, the longtime head coach at OCC. And we only bring it up because Saddleback is part of that part of that Orange Empire Conference brotherhood. And they'll see OCC a few times this year. It's the count to Riddle, 0-2. He's got to run out there as he drives this one out into the left center field gap. That'll get down for a base hit. Declusion scores. Riddle into second with a stand-up double. And with 2 away, Saddleback doing damage here in the second inning with the bottom of the order. As the 7, 8, and 9 hitters getting to bomb in here in the second as we go back to the top. This one grounded towards short. Alisteros will pick it up and throw it to first, and that'll end the inning, but not after Saddleback gets a couple of runs off of a solo shot from Stuka. And then back-to-back doubles from Declusion and Riddle. And it's 2-0 in favor of the Bobcats. We go to the home half of the second inning in just a moment.
Getting that perfect slice is satisfying, fulfilling, and rewarding too. But we don't do it for fun. We do it for fresh. Slice to order makes a sub above.
Home half of the second we go. Gonzalez, Ambrose, and Myatt due up for the Cougars as they trail 2-0. One-on-one count here to Ambrose out of El Camino High School. Lines this one towards first, and a nice play by Stuka at first base. Makes a leaping stab. And one down here in the second. Bringing Ambrose to the plate, who swings and fouls this one into the catcher's glove, 0-1. So Wilford working with the lead, working with lots of confidence here, is ahead in the count to Ambrose. Count 0-2 now to Ambrose. Amber's .329 career hitter in high school, but he takes a called strike. And the first strikeout of the ball game for Wolford as he sets Ambrose down looking. And Jaden Myatt will step to the plate. The Cougars just looking for their first base runner at this point. As that one lifted in the air down the line and right. Twisting foul, should get out of play. Myatt, another El Camino High School product. Grounds that one towards short. Gardner will pick it up on a couple of hops, throw to first. 6 up, 6 down so far for Wolford. Cougars go quietly again in the second. They trail 2-0. We head to the top half of the third here from Cougar Field.
The restaurant and hotel business is the second largest industry in the state of California. Opportunities in such a vibrant career are a click away at College of the Canyons.
It teaches you how to work with people, how to motivate people, how to manage people, how to lead people. And those qualities are so in demand in whatever industry we choose to go into.
COC can get you started on a journey into hotel and restaurant management today.
If our turkey had a resume, it would say it's 99% fat-free, filler-free, and raised without antibiotics. But our turkey already has its dream job at Jersey Mike's. Premium meat makes a sub above.
Bem, Davini, and Dissendu up to face Bauman here in the third inning. Bobcats with a 2-0 lead. Game just a half inning ago. Stuka with 2 outs. Put a charge into one into right field for a solo shot, and then back-to-back doubles from Declusion and Riddle. To give Saddleback the 2-0 lead. It's a tough start for COC here in their home opener, opening day 2022. And for Canyons, it's kind of a question mark this year on what they're going to be, as there's a lot of unknowns with the roster this year. A lot of freshmen on the roster, not many guys that are in that sophomore status. As that one going to get back to the backstop is Bauman a little overthrowing here as he faces Bem, who flew out to left field in his first at-bat. Pitch misses up, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. So you're saying for Chris Cota's side, a heavy roster of freshmen this year. As you look at the starting lineup, Hensley a freshman, Ballesteros a freshman, Cougar a freshman, Gonzalez freshman, Ambrose freshman, Myatt freshman, Rayner freshman, Turan freshman, Leparty freshman, Bauman a freshman. So 10 freshmen in the starting lineup here today. This one grounded towards short. Ballesteros will pick it up as it rolled off the mound and throw it to first. One down here in the third. And by no means is that a knock on the Canyons roster. Certainly can provide a spark with a lot of the young guys. It's just it's a question mark. Not a lot of guys with heavy college baseball experience, and really in community college baseball, it turns over every 2 years anyway. Here's Davini, who was hit by a pitch back in the first. Should look for COC. Pretty much the entire roster is freshmen this year. I think the only sophomore, Brandon Cruz. This one grounded towards short. Ballesteros will backhand it. Long throw. A one-hopper dug out by Gonzalez, and 2 down. That was a tough play for the shortstop Ballesteros. He made it look pretty darn easy. Couple of steps to his right. Picked the ball and planted and threw, and got a good dig from Gonzalez to help him out. It's 2 down, and it'll bring in Disson. Grounded into the 6-4-3 inning-ending double play in the first. So Bauman, outside of a couple of hit batters and then struggling with the 7, 8, 9 hitters, has at times looked very comfortable, especially against the heart of the order. He was ahead to each of the first 3 batters. Lost Teotico and Davini by hitting him trying to pitch inside, as that's a breaking ball that just misses on the inside corner, and it's 2-1. He's had some help from his defense here. As I said, the 6-4-3 double play, that last play from Ballesteros, which was not easy, made it look pretty easy, but certainly not a routine play, as that one fouled away. And the count 2-2. Sorry, this is Disson. No, wait, we did say that. We're on the right spot. Looking down at my scorecard, and I'm not quite caught up. Let's count 2-2 here to Disson. That one just misses away. Good pitch from Bauman. Just off the plate. Did not get Disson to chase. Count now full here with 2 outs. So all the trouble for Bauman in the second came with 2 away as Disson fouls this one away again, and it'll stay 3-2. Disson went to Richmond University out of high school, but has bounced back. Was a 3-year varsity starter for Malvern Prep. Won 2 state championships with that high school squad. Hit .268, 2 home runs, 32 runs batted in 61 games played through his junior year. We didn't have any senior year stats on Max Preps. So that one just misses up. Bauman thought he had strike 3. He's not happy with it. And now Bauman's going to get a warning here. As he thought he had strike 3. That's going to bring Chris Cota out to the mound to talk to Scott Bauman, try and settle him down here a little bit. As Cota was up immediately when he kind of hopped around and started to move towards the third base dugout. Had some words directed towards the home plate umpire, who was immediately out from behind the plate. I think that was just Cota. I think that was mostly Cota just hopping up to try and settle him down, make sure he didn't get his starter into more trouble. So a runner on first here with 2 down. Konarski at the plate. That pitch bounces. Good job by Rayner behind the plate that time to keep it in front. Konarski grounded short to lead off the second inning. Saddleback trying to flip the lineup once again. First time we've seen Bauman check on a runner at first. sure about Disson's willingness to run. That pitch swung on and missed. Count even at 1-1. Good off-speed pitch that time by Bauman. Wind still blowing pretty good here in Santa Clarita today. That one swung on and missed again. Now it's 1-2. Skanierski up there hacking. Saddleback trying to add on to their 2-0 lead. Got 2 in the second. That one in the dirt. Disson going to move on ball in the dirt, and he's going to swipe second base. Good read by the catcher, Disson. Sees the ball in the dirt and takes off. And it just bounced too far in front of Rayner. To give him a shot to try and throw the runner out. And now runner in scoring position with 2 away. Count 2-2. Skanierski chops this one foul. And we'll do it again. Bauman's 2-2 pitch hit down the line and left, and it's hooking foul. So we'll stay at the plate with Kanierski. Count stays at 2-2. Disson leads away from second with 2 down and a 2-0 Saddleback lead. That one hit up the middle into center field for a base hit. They'll send Disson from second. Throw is going to be late. And a 2-out RBI single for Kanierski. Saddleback has a 3-0 lead. As Kanierski battling at the plate, got himself a pitch to hit, drives it into center field. Disson scoring easily. That's going to bring Chris Cota back out to the mound. And that's going to end Scott Bauman's day, so we'll take a break, have the pitching change for you when we come back. So it's 3-0 Saddleback here on the Cougar Sports Network. So Bauman done after 2 2/3. Exits the game, is responsible for the runner on first base. Cougars will bring in Xavier Stoker to take over. Freshman out of Canyon View High School in Cedar City, Utah area. Had a career .404 ERA in high school. Getting his first opportunity. as he'll face Gardner with 2 away. Here in the Saddleback third. So Bauman 2 2/3, gave up 4 hits, walked 1. Didn't strike anybody out. So far, all 3 runs have been earned. And as we said, responsible for the runner at first base. You can't quite close the book on him yet. So he'll face Lance Gardner, who lined to the third baseman softly back in the second inning. 5th Bobcat to come to the plate here in the third. Cougars have yet to have a clean inning defensively here. Bobcats sent 4 batters to the plate in the first, 6 in the second, which was that 2-run second inning, and 5 so far here in the third, trying to continue another 2-out rally. That one hit in the air towards center field. Hensley initially moving back. Now we'll have to try and chase it down, and he's not going to be able to make the play. Scoring from first base, Konierski. Gardner into second. It's a tough play for Hensley. The initial move was back. Got a glove on the ball as he was charging in, just couldn't hang on to it, as it was a lot shallower than he initially thought. And it's 4-0 Saddleback. We'll score it as a hit. So it's a single for Gardner. He advances to second on the throw. Actually, I think it's a double for Gardner. There really was no throw. It's the first pitch to Stuka called strike. Stuka had the solo home run. So call it an RBI double for Gardner on a fly ball to center field. 4-0 in favor of the Bobcats here in the third inning. Stuka unable to check his swing. Home plate umpire says he went around. So you can officially close the book on Bauman. 4 runs, all of them earned, and 2 2/3 innings. As the sophomore Luke Stuka at the plate, behind in the count, 0-2, facing Stoker. Stuka already showed off his power, like we said, with that solo home run. Swings and misses, down on strikes. So Stoker gives up the inherited runner, but gets Stuka for the third out of the inning. We head to the home half of the third, 4-0 in favor of Saddleback here on the Cougar Sports Network.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
Cougars will send Rainer Turan and Lepardi to the plate here in the bottom of the third inning. Still looking for their first base runner, facing Connor Wolford. Wolford, in 8 games for Saddleback in his previous season, was 2-0, 16 and a third innings pitched. Only had an ERA of 1.65, struck out 12. In high school, in 12 appearances in 18-19 for San Clemente High School, went 2-5, but again, low ERA at 1.17, had 70 strikeouts. Over his career, had 91 strikeouts, as that one just gets down foul as Rainer maybe gets new life here, as Stuka was well off the first base bag and it landed just in foul territory, out of the reach of the outstretched arms of Stuka. So you talk about Wolford, 91 Ks in 88 innings, an ERA of 167, and opposing hitters only hit 190 against him. So certainly tough to hit against back in high school, and has so far shown the same here against the Cougars. Has set the first 6 batters he's faced down. Heading the count 1-2 here to Rainer. Is that one on the outside corner, called strike 3. And Wolford rolling here with 1 down here in the third. Second strikeout of the ball game. Rowan Turan will step in for the Cougars. He swings at the first pitch, lifts it in the air out towards right field, drifting back and making the play is Bem. Had a little trouble with it. The wind kind of got a bit of a hold of it, made it hook a bit, but Bem able to make the play. Third, as Chet Lepardi will step to the plate. Freshman out of Columbus, Georgia. Chops this one foul. It's behind the count, 0-2. And Wolford just cruising right now. Looks very comfortable. So we wait for the 0-2 pitch. This one hit up the middle softly. Charging Gardner, and he's not going to be able to make the play. So the Cougars have their first runner with 2 away here in the third. It's going to be a tough play for Gardner regardless. So give Lepardi an infield single. First hit of the ball game for the Cougars. First runner against Wolford here, as he'll work out of the stretch for the first time with Tefton Hensley at the plate. Swung on and missed on the first pitch. Hensley chopped it back to the pitcher in the first inning to lead off the ball game. Hensley hits this one in the air towards center field. Riddle charging in will make the catch. And that'll end the inning. Cougars get a base runner, but leave him aboard with 2 away at the end of 3 full. It's 4-0 in favor of Saddleback. So Stoker will stay in there for the Cougars. He'll face Declusion, Riddle, and Teotico here in the fourth inning. As we are in the top half of the fourth. Bobcats with 2 in the second and 2 in the third. Have been cruising behind Connor Wolford here so far. Was given up just 1 hit, faced 1 over the minimum. Here in the ball game. As Declusion a 2-out double. Back in the second, scored. Part of that 2-run second inning. Takes a called strike. Played 79 games for Pueblo West High School. Can't read my own writing, terrible. Hit .384 during his career. Had his best year back in 2017-2018. Hit .475 with 34 runs batted in 25 games. Pretty good numbers. Wasn't bad in 18-19 either. Hit .391 with 33 runs batted in. He's ahead in the count, 2-1. So he whacks that one into left field. That'll get down for a base hit in front of Myatt. Skips away from him. Myatt a little lazy to get to the baseball. And Declusion going to be in with a leg double that time. And so 2 at-bats, 2 doubles for Tyler Declusion. That one was smoked out to left. Myatt kind of in between that time. Wasn't sure whether to charge and try and get it in the air or back off and take it on a hop, and it skipped off him. Then he was just maybe a half-second behind from there. That puts Declusion on second. Leadoff runner aboard here in the 4th inning. It was Brent Riddle who doubled home a run back in that 2nd inning. And they're going to get Stoker to step off. Declusion was way out there, probably about a third of the way towards third base. See if Stoker opts to keep him a little closer this time. Hits Riddle right in the back on the first pitch. Now to put 2 aboard here. And we go back to the top of the order for Saddleback here in the 4th. Teotico heading to the plate. Was hit by a pitch. Grounded to short. It's 0 for 1 today. First pitch from Stoker just misses down. Two on, nobody out here in the 4th. Saddleback threatening, trying to add to their 4-run lead. Stoker's pitch misses away. Teotico way ahead in the count here. Two balls and no strikes. Stoker very worried, and timeout called at the plate by Teotico. As declusion causing all sorts of distractions out there at second base right now. This one grounded foul. Nice play by the first base coach that time. Two and one count, two aboard, runners on first and second here in the fourth with nobody out. 4 runs on 6 hits for Saddleback, no runs on a hit for College of the Canyons. So breaking ball misses away. And Teotico way ahead in the count. Stoker in danger of loading the bases. Here in the fourth. Cougar bullpen empty right now as well. So Coda going to stay with Stoker here so far. So 3-1 pitch. One hopper towards second. Turan tries to go to second for one. It gets away from Ballesteros, so that's going to allow Declusion to score, and it'll put runners on the corners here in the fourth. So a sharp hit ball by Teotico. He'll reach on a fielder's choice. It'll be the first error of the ball game. As an errant throw from Turan. It's 5-0 here, Saddleback. Let's bring John Bam up to the plate. So all Bobcats here so far in this one. Had runs in each of the last 3 innings. And threatening with nobody out and runners on the corners. Here in the fourth. Pitch from Stoker on the inside half to Bem. Having the count 0-1. This one hit in the air towards the middle of the infield. Ballesteros doesn't know where it is, and that one's going to fall for a base hit. Another run will score, so a fly ball single for Bem. Bringing another run for Saddleback, and it's 6-0 now. As Riddle scores from third. Teotico up to second. Ballesteros right away had no idea where that ball was. Got caught up in the sun. It's the sun behind us right now. And pretty high in the air considering it's 2:20 or 2:12 in the afternoon. So nobody out here in the top of the fourth. Runners on First and second. Leadoff double by Declusion. Then Riddle was hit by a pitch. Teotico reached on a fielder's choice, part of an errant throw from Turan. On a one-hopper to him, trying to turn two. And then a fly ball single from Bem. And Davini steps in, who's 0 for 1 today. So he hits this one in the air towards left. Down the line, drifting. And will get down foul. Nearly making the play was Myatt. We couldn't quite see it. Looked like he slid towards it, just couldn't make the catch. And so long strike. No balls and one strike to count here to Davini, trying to add to the lead. Already 2 across here in the 4th. Third straight inning with 2 runs for Saddleback. The Bobcats with a 6-0 lead. Runner in motion from second base. It's going to get away from Rayner as it was in the dirt. He's trying to come up and give himself a shot at throwing out Teotico, but I don't think he was ever going to have a chance. So it'll put runners on second and third. It'll be a double steal. And the heart of the order with a chance to really bust this one even further open in a 6-0 lead. That time, that ball in the dirt. Rayner had to backhand it out of the dirt. Now you got to be extra careful with runners on second and third. Through one pitch to Davini. Hit up the middle to center field. That'll score 2 as they're going to send Bem from second. Ball got away from Hensley. I don't think he ever was going to have a chance to make the play at the plate. 2 more across. And it's a 2 RBI double for Davini. Make an 8-0 Saddleback here in the 4th. Bobcats looking to try and bust this one even further open with nobody out. Already 8-0, and a runner on second base with Disson, who walked, scored back in the 3rd. As he hits this one to right field. Good piece of hitting to take it the other way. Grounds it through the infield to right for a base hit. Runner will score from second base. It's an RBI single for Disson. And the Cougars still don't have an out here in the 4th. So that'll bring up Konierski, who singled home a run in the 3rd, scored as well. Action in the COC bullpen. As that one gets in the dirt. And Disson again reading ball in the dirt. Second time today we've seen him do that. Has his second stolen base. Cougars have Kyle Kopp up in the bullpen getting loose. Stoker struggling his way through the fourth here. Gave up a leadoff double to Declusion, then hit Riddle. Hard hit ball from Teotico that resulted in an error. And then a single from Bem, a double from Davini, and a single from Disson. And 5 runs across here. In the fourth, all with nobody out. It's a 3-0 count to Konirski. So he takes that one inside, ball 4. That'll bring Lance Gardner to the plate. First walk issued by Stoker. Gardner, first pitch swinging, laces it foul. Well, might go all the way down to the football field off the road. If not for the construction actually on the roadway to our left behind Cougar Field. Nothing in one here to Gardner. Stoker trying to put anything together he can to get an out here. Has already given up 5 runs. Is that one on the outside corner? One, 2 here to Gardner. Line softly to third, doubled in the third. Doubled home Konirski from second base. It's 1 for 2 today. Already 9-0 in favor of Saddleback. Stoker very deliberate. Still keeping an eye on the runner at second base as Gardner fouls that one away. Swung on and missed by Gardner, so second strikeout of the day for Stoker. So 1 down, and Stuco will come to the plate. I think that might end the day for Stoker here as Kopp looks like he's ready in the bullpen. And that will do it for Stoker. So pitching change coming for the Cougars as Kyle Kopp will come in to take over with 1 out and runners on first and second. 5 across here in the fourth. Take a break on the Cougar Sports Network. So Kyle Kopp coming in to take over for Stoker, who goes 2/3 of an inning. Kopp will face Stuka with 1 away and 2 on. Those two runners both Stoker's responsibility, as Stuka grounds that one out into right field for a base hit. They'll keep everybody just going station to station, so to load the bases up here with 1 out is Stuka with another base hit. And it'll send Declusion back to the plate, who led the inning off with a double. So Declusion with a pair of doubles already in the ball game, trying to bring in a couple of runs here. As Kopp, the freshman out of Valencia, 3-year varsity ball player for the Vikings, who for a long time were the class of the Santa Clarita Valley in terms of baseball. Had a career .588 ERA and 10 appearances, a 2-2 record, just 2 starts. Mostly came out of the bullpen. Declusion fouls that one away on a bunt attempt, trying to catch the defense sleeping. So 1 out here in the 4th. 5 runs across for COC. As that one gets by Rayner, that'll be a pass ball, and it'll bring a run home. So another ball gets to the backstop, another run comes across as Disson scores, and it'll put runners on 2nd and 3rd. It's just all going the Bobcats' way here in this opening day, 2022 for College of the Canyons. Went over for a called strike, and it's 1-2 here to Declusion. Pokes that one towards first. Gonzalez will pick it up to Kopp at first for the 2nd out of the inning. But Declusion an RBI ground out as it brings Konierski home. And we go back to the 9-hitter in Brent Riddle with 2 outs. So Kopp gets the first guy he faces, but 2 runs end up, or gets the second batter he faces, excuse me. A couple of runs come across. It's 2-1 here to Riddle. As Stuka leads away from third. That went over for a strike on a breaking ball. Two-two pitch fouled away. This one hit towards second base. Turan backhands it but will not have a throw. Scored an infield single for Riddle. And he drives home a run. As Stuka scores easily, we go back to the top of the order. Teotico back to the plate. That one fouled away. 1-1 here to Teotico. That one whacked out into center field for a base hit. And so yet another hit here for Saddleback in the fourth. But runners on first and second for Johnny Bem here. So extended inning here for Saddleback. Kopp trying to get the Cougars into hit. That one hit towards second base. Turan gonna drift over and make the play. But a big inning for Saddleback here in the fourth. 8 runs across. They have a 12-0 lead as we go to the home half of the fourth inning here from Cougar Field. Cougars will send Ballesteros, Cougar, and Gonzalez to face Wilford here in the fourth, who has been cruising, just facing one over the minimum. Ballesteros, a base hit out to left field. Just the second hit of the ball game for the Cougars. The first time today they've had the leadoff runner aboard. So leadoff runner aboard for the first time today for the Cougars. As Gonzalez steps in. As we're just in the fourth. Saddleback 2 in the second, 2 in the third, 8 in that fourth inning, which was a long fourth inning, by the way. About a half an hour fourth inning. Gonzalez behind in the count, 0-2. Gonzalez 0 for 1 today, lined softly to the first baseman back in the second inning. Just the second time today that Wilford has had to deal with traffic on the base pass. As this one grounded towards short. Gardner to second for 1. Teotico to first. And a 6-4-3 double play as Wilford gets the ground ball that he needs. And just when the Cougars thought they had something going, Gonzalez grounds into a double play. They're bringing Andy Ambrose with 2 down. Ambrose 0 for 1. And actually, excuse me, this is Gonzalez at the plate. It was Cougar that grounded into the 6-4-3 double play. It's a little off on our score sheet. Is this one lifted in the air down the line and right? Going to be a long run, and it's going to get away from Bem, who was trying to slide in foul ground and make a play. And so Gonzalez will come back to the plate. Gonzalez lined out to first in his last at bat. Just like the boys on the field's first ball game in a long time, mine as well. So trying to work out the kinks. And that includes running the score sheet. That pitch over for a called strike to Gonzalez. This one hit in the air towards center field, and Riddle charging in, had to take a step back and make a leaping play. And so Wilford gets a double play, ground ball, and then a line out to center field, and we go to the fifth, 12-0 in favor of Saddleback. So a pitching change for the Cougars as we go into the fifth inning. to figure out who this is. As unfortunately, we don't have this number on our current list of rostered players. So we'll try and figure it out. It's the first pitch to Davini, hitting the air towards left field. And Myatt will make the catch. One down. This might be Josh Yosfan. Could also be Brendan Cruz or Dylan Jacobs. We'll try and figure it out. There's only a couple of left-handed pitchers currently listed on the roster. So whoever it is, facing Disson here with one down. Disson, singled walk, scored a couple of times, has a couple of stolen bases today. That one swung on and missed. And it's actually Justin Tejeda. On the mound for the Cougars. He sets Disson down on strikes. And 2 away here in the 5th. So here comes Konarski. Hitting with 2 away in the 5th inning, facing Tejeda, who is on the roster, just not listed as number 2 or number 34. A late number change, so we get that from our SID, Jesse Munoz. Gives us a nice little helping hand. As this one lifted in the air towards center field, Hensley drifting back towards the fence, but will make the catch. Tejeda works a fast 5th inning, sets the side down in order. We head to the home half. Still 12-0 in favor of Saddleback. Okay, so that was the Home half of the fifth, Cougars trailing 12-0, trying to get anything going desperately here against Connor Wolford, who has been solid so far today. First pitch swinging is Ambriz, lifts it in the air down the line, in right and twisting foul. That one fouled away as well. Ambriz 0 for 1, struck out back in the second. That pitch just misses down. Good pitch that time from Wilford. One ball and two strikes to count here to Ambriz. This one chopped towards third and foul, so we'll do it again. Cougars just 2 base runners in the ball game. Gently Party had a single back in the third on an infield chopper. And then Alex Ballesteros led off the fourth with a single, but then Wolford got Cougar to ground into a 6-4-3 double play before getting Gonzalez to line out to center field. That was the 2 hardest hit balls of the day against Wilford so far, as Ballesteros and Gonzalez. As this one grounded towards second base, picked up by Tutico and thrown over to first for the first out of the inning. So one down here in the fifth. First pitch to Myatt. Fouled away. Wilford just pumps the strike zone again. He's ahead in the count, 0-2. Myatt 0 for 1, grounded towards short. In his only at bat of the ball game. That one swung on and missed. Down on strikes. 2 away and another strikeout for Wolford, his third of the day. And 2 down as Brandon Rayner will come in. Strikeout victim back in the third. As Rayner hits that one in the air towards right center field. That'll get down for a base hit. Cutting it off is Riddle, and it's going to hold Rayner to just a single. Only the third hit of the ball game given up by Wilford. That one hit well by Rayner, so the Cougars with 2 outs and a runner on board trying to do anything they can to start to chip away. They just got to pick up runs if you even have a thought of trying to come back from a 12-0 deficit. It is college baseball, anything possible. As Turan steps in, flew out to center field or to right field, excuse me, in his only his bat, fouls the first pitch away. Pitch to Turan over for a called strike, as Wolford just continues to work in the zone. This one lifted in the air towards right field. Bem drifting into foul territory will make the catch, and that'll end the inning. So the Cougars get a 2-out single from Rayner but leave him stranded at the end of 5 innings. 12-0 in favor of Saddleback.
Jersey Mike's.
Top of the 6th we go. It's Gardner to lead things off here for Saddleback. Tejeda stays in there. 2 balls and no strikes to count to Gardner here. Tejeda out of Valencia High School. Big lefty, a 3.65 ERA and 12 appearances, 12 strikeouts, 13 walks, 8 earned runs in his varsity career at Valencia as he gets that one over for a called strike. In 2018-2019 was 1-0 in 8 appearances, 12 and 2/3 innings pitched. Gave up 7 earned runs, 11 walks, struck out 8. He and Rayner trying to get on the same page. So this one fouled away, and the count even at 2-2 now. See the shadows starting to peek in towards home plate a bit with the trees behind us. Sun's starting to fall in the sky just a touch. So 3-2 count here to Gardner, and he works a leadoff walk, leadoff runner aboard once again for Saddleback. First walk issued by Tejeda. That'll bring Stuka to the plate. Luke Stuka, 2 for 3. Solo home run back in the 2nd inning, got the scoring started in the ball game. Had a single, scored a run in the 4th as well. Hitting against Tejeda here in the 6th. Someone chopped foul. Got 0-2 here to Stuka. Is that one going to get away from Rayner? A wild pitch will let the runner get up to second base. As Tejeda just too much on that breaking ball. Got away from him a bit. So puts a runner in scoring position here with nobody out in the top of the sixth. Saddleback, 2 in the second, 2 in the third, 8 in the fourth. 12 runs on 10 hits. Cougars, no runs on 3 hits. Not been able to get loose against Wolford as that one smacked into right center field. That'll get down for a base hit. Scoring from second base is Gardner as Stuka has an RBI single here in the sixth. And the Bobcats just continue to punish the baseball. As Gardner scores for the first time today. And Declusion will step in. Declusion, a pair of doubles. Had an RBI ground out in the fourth. And he's got a base hit out into left field as he rolls that one through the infield. And it'll put runners on first and second with nobody out here in the sixth. And we'll get a pinch hitter here for Brent Riddle. So it looks like Jacob Nasso will get a chance to hit here. Hitting for Brent Riddle here in the sixth. It's Nasso. It's the first pitch foul. That one over for a strike. Good pitch from Tejeda. Nothing in 2 here to Nasso. Played in 14 games for Saddleback. His previous stint with the Bobcats, 355 average, 2 runs batted in, 4 runs scored, 2 stolen bases. Another guy with some college baseball experience for Saddleback as that one misses away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Tejeda trying to limit the damage to just 1, although it's pretty out of hand at this point, a 13-0 lead as that one misses away. As that one called strike 3 on the outer half, so Nassau down on strikes. Second strikeout for Tejeda here today, and it brings us back to the top of the order. Teotico, first pitch swinging, lifts it in the air towards shallow right field. Lepardi trying to chase it down. Will not be able to make the plays. It lands foul, and Lepardi actually overran it. It's a ball that was playable and just could not come up with it. So 0-2 here to Teotico. One away here in the 6th. As another ball gets past Rayner. It's just been a struggle for the Cougars today. That one hit foul, so we'll stay at a 1-2 count. Two and two here to Teotico. As runners on second and third now. This one chopped towards short. Ballesteros charging. Will throw Teotico out at first, but a run does come across. And Stuka scores, so an RBI ground out. Stu now with Bem coming to the plate. Two across here in the 6th inning for Saddleback. First pitch to Bem misses away. Good battle back pitch that time by Tejeda, trying to get himself back in this count. Was behind 2 balls and no strikes. Bem 1 hit and 4 at bats today. His 5th time to the plate. Of course, Saddleback hit around in the 4th. Sent 13 hitters to the plate in the 4th inning, part of an 8-run inning. As Ben works a 2-out walk. Second walk issued by Tejeda in the inning. And Michael Lavini will step in. Davini 1 for 3 today. Had a double back in the fourth. Brought home a couple of runs. A pitch down in the dirt. 2 balls and no strikes here to Davini. Freshman out of Aliso Niguel. Had 7 home runs in his junior season in high school baseball. Hit .373 during that season with 24 runs batted in. But then another guy that lost time due to the pandemic, only got 7 games in during his senior year in 2020. Heading the count 3-1 here. Over his career for Aliso Niguel High School, at .327 with 13 home runs. 64 runs batted in. That one fouled back into the dugout. Count full here with 2 outs. Runners will be in motion on the pitch. Davini hits this one in the air, shallow to left field, and Ballesteros that time has a beat on it. Will make the play, and that'll end the inning. A couple of runs across for Saddleback, though. We head to the home half of the 6th, 14-0 in favor of the Bobcats. Home half of the 6th, Cougars will send Lepardi and then Hensley and Ballesteros back to the plate. His first pitch swinging is Lepardi. He chops it foul. Defensive changes here for Saddleback. Nasso remains in the game, takes over in center field. Joaquin Hines takes over at third base for Davini. This one hit towards short. Nice play from Gardner as he throws out Lepardi. One away. Another defensive change as well. Jason Heft taking over at second for Teotico. So one down here in the sixth. As the leadoff hitter Tafton Hensley steps to the plate, 0 for 2 today. Hensley chopped back to the pitcher and then flew out to center field in his only 2 plate appearances today. 0 for 2. Cougars trying to get something going here in the sixth. Only had 3 base runners today. This one hit high in the air down the line and left. It'll stay in the ballpark, but it'll get down in foul territory and it'll leave the count at 2-2. This is a long run for Declusion that time to try and even think about making the play. Then for his trouble after picking up the ball, has to trot all the way back out to left. So this one a chopper back to the mound again. Wilford able to make the play. So 2 down here in the sixth. And Ballesteros, the shortstop, coming to the plate. He's played a pretty good short today. Made a lot of plays. The only knock, I think, would have been that fly ball that he lost in the sun. Otherwise, he's been really solid today in the field. And has one of the Cougars' 3 hits, hit a hard ball back in the fourth. So he takes a called strike. With 2 outs here in the sixth. One chopped foul. And it's 0-2. Shadows starting to creep in on home plate even more here. Actually, the way the trees sit, the mound will be in shadows probably before the plate does, which is an interesting, almost backward dynamic. Usually you get the plate in shadows, the mound in sun, but quirks of a college baseball stadium. That one fouled away. Ballesteros will stay alive. Ballesteros hits this one in the air towards right center field. Bam drifting over will make the play. And so Wolford retires the side in order. No runs, no hits, nobody left. 6 full in the books. 14-0 Saddleback as we go to the 7th. Pitching change to the Cougars here in the 7th. Ricky Galvez-Canto going to come in to take over after Tejeda goes 2 innings. Gave up a pair of runs in those 2 innings. For Galvez-Canto, his first appearance out of Monroe High School. Down in Mission Hills. And it sounds like we'll have a pinch hitter to open here for Saddleback as well. As Caden McGuire going to hit for Jordan Disson here in the 7th inning. Galvez-Canto starts McGuire off with a strike. And we go to work. Ricky in his senior season at Monroe High School, which was way back in 2017-2018. 3-10 with a 5.55 ERA in 16 appearances, 64 and a third innings pitch, had 88 strikeouts. Just 46 walks. So that one fouled away. So it's 1-2 here to McGuire. So Galvez-Canto, a guy that's spent some time away from baseball, just a freshman. So that one misses away. But coming back to it here. Said out of Monroe High School, of course, Monroe High School, if you're a movie buff. Famous for being a part of Fast Times at Ridgemont High. It's actually where the football scenes were filmed in that game. So McGuire hits that one foul. Of course, if you remember that movie at all, Forrest Whitaker was the big football player in that movie. As this one lifted in the air towards left center field. Catch is made by Myatt. First out of the inning here. His new hitter here for Konerski was Munahim Eom, and he flies out to right field. So 2 down. And now Zachary Schwartzberger will hit here for Gardner. 2 down facing Galaviscanto here. So the bench emptying here for Saddleback. Three balls and no strikes here to Schwartzberger. Schwartzberg, sorry, not Berger. As he fouls that one away, and it's 3-2. Fortunately, our roster got kind of cut off. The wind has all of a sudden died out here in Santa Clarita, which is nice. And Schwartzberg going to work a walk with 2 away. And Luke Stuka will come back to the plate. With 2 down, and he waves. That will look like a changeup for a strike. Stuka got the scoring started, and so far that has been the only run that Saddleback has needed, although they've tacked on 13 more. So he puts a charge into that one out into left center field. Hensley drifting over, and he and Myatt will not be able to make the plays. It lands between them. Stuka in with a double. Scoring from first is Schwartzberg. And make it 15-0. Saddleback is Stuka again. Gives one a ride. And that time hit it about as far as you can hit it here at Cougar Stadium without getting out. To the deepest part of the ballpark out there in left center field. And it'll bring Declusion back to the plate. Declusion lines this one out into center field for a base hit. Stuka is going to score from second base. An RBI hit for Tyler Declusion once again. And he has 4 hits in the ball game today. And Saddleback just continues to add on with 2 outs once again, and that's where they did a lot of their damage in the first 3 innings. Their first 4 runs all came with 2 outs. And then, of course, they had that big inning in the 4th. As Nassau back to the plate. That one gets away from Riddle, or Rainier, excuse me, but Declusion decides to stay put. That one's in for a strike, and the count is full here to Nassau. Runner in motion. Nassau lines that one out into right field for a base hit. Jovan Camacho will knock it down and get it back in. And so a 2-out single for Nassau will put runners on first and second here. So here's Heft at the plate, his first at-bat of the day. So the change is coming fast and furious. Did not notice before the inning the Cougars, a couple of defensive changes. Ryan Camacho and Jovan Camacho in left field and right field. As Heft hits that one in the air towards right field, and a sliding catch by Jovan Camacho out and right, and that'll end the inning. Couple of runs across for Saddleback in the top half of the 7th. 16-0 in favor of the Bobcats. We head to the home half. Pitching change here for Saddleback as we go into the 7th inning. They decide Wilford had done enough work, only gave up 3 hits through 6 strong. Didn't allow a run. Also didn't allow a walk. Struck out 3. Trevor Eby will take over. Here in the 7th. As he will face Cougar, Gonzalez, and Ambriz. Hitters due up. So this one fouled away. Trying to get everybody caught up on changes here. Defensively for Saddleback. Schwartzberg stays in at short. Heft at second. Nasso is at center. Hines at third. McGuire behind the plate. Stuka and Bem, along with Declusion, all stay where they were at. Is that one fouled away by Cougar? One ball and 2 strikes. Cougar swings and misses. So he's down on strikes. Eby with his first strikeout of the game, as he just came in. Went away, and Steven Gonzalez steps up to the plate. First pitch to Gonzalez misses up and in. Gonzalez lined softly to first, lined to center field on a play that Riddle kind of initially charged and then decided, oh, that's going to get over my head. Had to leap up and make a play, and did so nicely. Trying to get something started here in the 7th for the Cougars. Swung on and missed. The count 2-1. It is possible this could be the final AB for the Cougars. There is a run rule in place in the 3C2A, but can be waived, and unfortunately we don't know if that was waived or not before the game. Or it might be the other way around. It might be instituted before the game. All the different leagues do it differently. I know the NAIA generally plays 10-run rule through 7. As Gonzalez takes a strike, and the count now full at 3-2. And they have to waive it. The 3C2A may be the other way around. We do know that is an option, though. So with 2 down, or with 1 down, Gonzalez will work a walk, and the Cougars have a runner aboard. So a strikeout and a walk to open here in the 7th. As Ambrose steps in, struck out, grounded out. 0 for 2 today. Chops this one foul. Count even at 1-1. So that one misses just inside. Good pitch that time from Eby. That one swung on and missed by Ambrose, and the count now even at 2-2. That one grounded into left field for a base hit. So first time today, the Cougars with multiple base runners as Ambrose has his first hit of the season. And runners on first and second. One out for COC. And Ryan Camacho will hit after taking over last inning. For Myatt out and left. So Camacho, two-sport athlete. If you watched Cougar athletics at all during football season, you heard his name called a few times. He and his brother Jovan, both playing football for COC as well. For Ryan, out of West Ranch High School, a .345 career hitter in high school with 4 home runs, 49 RBIs. Hit .296 in his senior season. As that one a one-hopper toward second, and Heft not able to make the play. And the Cougars look like they're going to push their first run across. An RBI single from Ryan Camacho as Gonzalez scores. And it took 7 innings, but the Cougars on the board with an RBI hit from Ryan Camacho. So walk and a pair of one-out singles. Runners now on the corners for COC. As Ryan Camacho brings in the first run of the year for the Cougars. Score now 16-1 in favor of Saddleback. As now Rayner steps in. Singled and struck out 1 for 2 today. There's runners on the corners here as Ambrose was able to move up to third on the hit from Camacho. Rayner hits this one out of play to the right. And it's 0-2. Before this inning, Rayner just one of 3 singles for the Cougars through the first 6 innings. It's partial shadows around the mound and the plate here in the 7th. Rayner will hit that one out to left field for a base hit. Another run gets pushed across. The good news for CUC, got something working here in the 7th. 3 straight singles. And 2 runs across. As Joey Roca will hit here for Rowan Turan in the 8th spot in the 7th inning. Looks like Rayner uncomfortable over at first. Not sure what he did. Looks like he's all right. Not sure if it was his foot, his ankle, something. And with 1 out, Roca will hit here. Roca out of Palmdale, California, played for Highland High School. 4 years as a varsity player. in his high school days as he fouls this one away. Hit .372. Over his 4 years. A really good year. His senior year hit .432 with 24 runs batted in, 34 runs scored. Coming off the bench here. As he chops this one towards third. Hines will throw to second, and they will get Rayner at second base for the second out. And it'll put runners on the corners, so fielder's choice for Turan. And now Jovan Camacho will come in and hit. Came in defensively in the 7th to take over for Jet Lepardi. Camacho, another guy that was a two-sport athlete. He and his brother both defensive backs on the football team. Hit .330 or .322 in his high school career at West Ranch. See, hits that one towards first. Stuka makes the play, and that'll end the inning. Cougars get a couple, though. And we will head to the 8th inning with a 16-2 lead for Saddleback. So we're going to work in the top of the 8th. Bam Davini and McGuire due up. As Galvez Canto will pitch again here in the 8th. Been 1 for 4 today. Drove in a run. Part of that 4th inning. Ben with his second hit of the ball game as he whacks one out into left field. Leadoff runner aboard here in the 8th. So Saddleback going to hit for Davini here. Actually, Hines coming in to hit. He took over for Davini in the field a few innings ago. Hines out of Culver City. Takes that pitch down in the dirt. Count 3 balls and 1 strike. So at this point, everybody just being asked to work quick. So it is the first game of the year for both these teams. Is that one fouled away? Strike 3 called on the outside corner. And Hines down on strikes. First out here, the 8th. So to bring Cade McGuire. To the plate, McGuire hit in the 7th. And flew out to left. Count 1-1 here to McGuire. Cougars look like they'll get another arm ready to go for the 9th. Saddleback looks like they'll have another arm ready to go for the 8th. Is everybody getting work in here today? Look at the Cougars. Interesting so far today. Used 5 different pitchers. And they only have 10 on the roster. He's talking about you're going to get through 6 guys. Yes, McGuire able to work a walk. And Moon-Eam going to come back to the plate here. Eam flew on to right in the 7th. I'm out of Seoul, South Korea. Of course, baseball very big in Korea. The KBO, which got a lot of run during the pandemic. I know I watched a lot of KBO baseball once baseball came back in Korea. If you've ever watched the KBO, go check it out on YouTube. It is a lot of fun to watch. The bat flips, what the league is known for. You've probably seen it on SportsCenter or found it somewhere on social media. Baseball out here in the United States, you think of the bat flips as kind of being a sign of disrespect as Eom hits that one up to short, and Ballesteros just a little short on it, trying to turn two, and it'll allow a run to get across, scoring from second base. An error on Ballesteros as he just was trying to scoop it and step on the bag. So first error of the day on Ballesteros, who's been pretty slick out there at short today. And Eom gets on, and Schwartzberg will step to the plate. We were talking about the KBO. Talking about bat flips in the United States being looked at as a little bit of a faux pas, although they've gotten more and more mainstream as the years have gone on. I know growing up myself, you didn't see a lot of bat flipping, and anytime somebody did something like that, it was usually a big hit, and more often than not got the next guy plunked. Baseball has changed, though, over the last, we'll say 5 to 10 years. A lot more of the youngsters seeing it, taking part in it, which is just fine. It is a game after all. We are out here to have some fun. But the KBO, they bat flip on ground balls. It's funny to watch. And when we say bat flip, we're not just talking about, you know, the little toss towards the dugout. I'm talking full-on whipping your bat across the field. Think Jose Bautista from a few years back for Toronto. Think about stuff like that, but on every play. Is that one fouled away? It is a lot of fun to watch, though. And it's some good baseball in the KBO as well. COC had a former Cougar off in the KBO. So that one hit towards second. Tehran, his only play is at first. And Schwartzberg out. 4-3 the out recorded. 2 down. And now Saddleback will hit for Stuka here. As Nick Deach going to hit here for Stuka, who was very good today. Stuka had 4 hits and 5 at bats. So Deach takes over, takes a call and strike. The count 1-1. Finish off our thought on the KBO. Cougars, former first baseman, designated hitter, went on to play for the Lancaster Jethawks. Now is in the KBO for the LG Twins, Roberto Ramos. And I actually saw Roberto play here at COC, and he hit one of the biggest home runs from the left-handed side of the plate here at Cougar Field that I have ever seen. That one swung on and missed by Deach, and the count 2-2. Ramos, if you can see, it's tough to see right now because of the sun out in right field, but Hasley Hall out there in right, yeah, he hit that one about 10 steps from Hasley Hall, which is a pretty big shot, all things considered, here at Cougar Field. Out onto the walkway out there that runs behind. And he did that too. Remember that game? It was back when I was a student here. So this is oh geez, dating myself, almost 10 years ago now. Feels like. I think it's like 7 or 8. He was playing with a wood bat at the time, too. One of the rare guys that did not come out and use the aluminum bats, now the B-Core. Hitting with a wood bat, and like we said, hit one out there towards the buildings out and right, Hasley Hall. It was quite a bomb. Is that one fouled away? Count still 2-2. Actually, it was a 3-2 pitch to Deach, and he works a walk. So to load the bases up full of Bobcats here. Second walk issued in the inning by Galvez Canto. And outside of Luke Stuka, Tyler DeClezen's been the hottest Bobcat on the roster today. Conclusion, 4 hits, 2 doubles, 2 singles. And 5 at-bats today, has a couple of runs batted in as well. It's that one in the air towards left field. Ryan Camacho drifting back will make the catch. So Declusion retired. Inning is over. We head to the home half of the 8th inning. Saddleback with a 17-1 lead, or 17-2 lead here from Cougar Field. Hensley, Ballesteros, and Cougar due up for the Cougars here in the 8th inning. It's a new pitcher for Saddleback as well. That one swung on and missed. It's Ryan Svenningsson taking over here. That one misses up. Count 3-1. That one just inside. Hensley thought he had a walk. Instead, he'll stay at the plate. The count full. Fouled away. Hensley will stay at the plate. And he'll work a walk here to open up the 8th inning. So leadoff runner aboard for the Cougars. Just the second time today they've had the leadoff runner aboard. It's been kind of the struggle for COC today, just have not had a lot of traffic. As Ballesteros at the plate will hit this one in the air towards center field. Drifting over to make the catch is Nasso. And one down here. Ballesteros hit it hard, just right where Nasso is roaming. And one away. DJ Cougar coming to the plate. Cougar 0 for 3. Flew out, grounded out, struck out. Actually grounded into a double play in the 4th. So that one gets away from McGuire. And the Cougars with a runner in scoring position. As Hensley will move up to second base. Cougar has his first hit of the season, a base hit to center field. They'll keep Hensley at third. So a one-out single, and the Cougars with runners on the corners. Here in the 8th. Steven Gonzalez will come to the plate. 17-2 in favor of Saddleback. They had 2 in the 2nd, 2 in the 3rd, 8 in the 4th, 2 in the 6th, 2 in the 7th, and 1 in the 8th. Cougars didn't get their first run until the 7th inning. They put 2 across. That pitch down in the dirt to Gonzalez, and now Svenningsson and McGuire going to talk things over a bit here, try and get settled in. That one misses up, and the count now 3 balls and no strikes to Gonzalez. It's 0 for 2 today, walked in the 7th. Hit a couple of line drives into the gloves of defenders in the 2nd and the 4th. He takes a called strike, and it's 3-1. Trying to give the Cougars back-to-back hits for just the 2nd time today, as they had a hit in the 3rd, a hit in the 4th, one in the 5th, and then got 3 straight in the 7th. That was their 2-run 7th inning. It's count now full here to Gonzalez. And I think if you're COC on top of everything else, just trying to get something going. Obviously, you'd like to create a crazy comeback and get back in this game, but just trying to get something going for later in the week, as they take on Saddleback on Saturday down at Saddleback. That one a 1 p.m. start time. They say they'll have some live statistics for that one, but no spectators allowed, so you'll have to follow along on the internet. As Gonzalez worked to walk to the bases loaded, this one popped in foul territory and will get just out of play. As Ambra is at the plate, singled, scored a run in the 7th. Deach went crashing into the fence. Couldn't really see it. I mean, clearly can't see it on the camera, but we can't even see it from here. There's the dugout in the way. And actually, I think he might have crashed into the bullpen, the players in the bullpen there. This Deach is all right, but there's one of the bullpen catchers is not. I saw the athletic training staff for COC go running across the field. So we'll go back to work. Deach was all right. And it looks like the bullpen catcher's all right as well. You forget about things like that with an open bullpen. You don't see it a lot anymore in Major League Baseball. Not a lot of bullpens are in territory where guys can run into pitchers anymore. You think about most of them, they're behind a fence somewhere now, but I think I can try to think off the top of my head. I want to say Wrigley might be the only ballpark left where there is a bullpen exposed. Is that one a base hit? And actually, no, Wrigley, I think they put it actually underneath the stadium now. And so the Cougars get a base hit from Ambriz, his 2nd hit of the ball game. COC pushes another run across. The bases will stay loaded with 1 out here. Ambriz with an RBI single. As Hensley scores. And now here comes Ryan Camacho, who singled back in the 7th inning and drove home a run. I think Wrigley, yeah, they put it underneath the stadium now because I remember the bullpen cam. I don't think there's any other ballpark in the Bigs that has an open bullpen. I'm trying to think of it right now. So we go back to Camacho at the plate. Is that one over for a called strike? The count 1-1. San Francisco, maybe. No, I think they actually might have put that one away, Jesse. Jesse Munoz, our SID, texting me right now saying San Francisco. But I don't know if I think they finally put that one to bed as well. Is Deach going to make the catch this time in foul ground? 2 outs as Camacho pops out. And actually, they say there's 3, so I think San Francisco, you might be right there, Jesse. Might be 1. I'm reading an article right now. Oakland and Tampa Bay are the only other 2 with open field bullpens. And according to the Sporting News, San Francisco Oracle Park going to put theirs behind the outfield wall soon. There's been discussion of it. That's according to The Athletic. 2019. I don't know if they finally did it or not. So it just does not exist. As the base is loaded full of Cougars here, is hitting for Rayner. We'll get back to talking about the current game. Grant Hall at the plate. So Hall hitting here in the 8th. That one lifted in the air towards shallow left. That'll get down for a base hit. Couple of runs will score. Hall going to move up to second base on a throw that goes over the head of the catcher, McGuire. As into third is Ambrose. And the Cougars 2 more runs across here in the 8th. A 3-run 8th inning. It's a single for Hall. And Joey Roca going to come to the plate. What would we do without the invention of the internet? Looking up the bullpens that are open. One ball and no strikes the count here to Roca. It's that one in the air towards right center field. Nasso out there drifting to make the play, and that'll end the 8th inning. Cougars get a couple, though. 3 across to make it 17-5. We head to the 9th here from Cougar Field. Cougars going to make a pitching change going into the 9th. Brandon Whitting going to come in to take over in the 9th. Cougars defensively also making change as well. And we'll get that to you in a minute. So Nassau, Heft, and Bem due up for Saddleback here in the ninth. Nassau takes a called strike. Try and get the defensive change for the Cougars in terms of who's catching now for COC. It's actually DJ Cougar behind the plate now. So moves out of the DH role. Got 2-2 here to Nassau. Struck out, singled. 1 for 2 today. Count now full, 3-2. And called strike 3 on the outside corner. Nassau down on strikes. One down here in the ninth. Is Heft coming to the plate? Heft flew out to right in his last at bat. And the count, 2 balls and no strikes. Cougars do have one more arm up in the bullpen getting loose just in case. Swinging behind, 3 balls and no strikes here to Heft. That one over for a strike. Back-to-back strikes from Winning as he comes with a breaking ball over. And the count now full, 1 out here in the ninth. 17-5 in favor of Saddleback. They led 17-2. And a 1-out walk for Heft. So runner aboard here in the ninth. Look for Saddleback today. Led 16-0. Started back in the second. A solo shot from Luke Stuka. And then back-to-back doubles from Tyler DeClusion and Brent Riddle. So this one lifted in the air. And Ballesteros just back in the shortstop position will make the catch. 2 down. Hines will come in to take over here. At the plate, struck out in the 8th, hitting here in the 9th with a runner on first base and 2 down. Switting's pitch misses away. That one over for a strike. Count even at 1-1. Field pretty much in shadows at this point. Only portions of the outfield in the sun. Is that one hitting the air towards right center field? That'll get down for a base hit. Hines with a 1-out or 2-out single. Put runners on the corners here. And Cade McGuire will come to the plate. So if you're COC, like you said, not happy with the early portion of the ball game, but much happier with the 7th inning on. So you take just that section of the ball game right now. Outscoring Saddleback 5-3, but just trying to get anything going for later in the week. It's winding behind 3 balls and no strikes. And a 4-pitch walk, so the base is loaded full of Bobcats now. McGuire 2 walks today, and Moniam will come to the plate. Flew out, reached on an error. 0 for 2. Moon takes a called strike. Talking about the KBO the last time he was up. Roberto Ramos. Former Cougar. Playing for the LG Twins during the 2021 season. Also played back at home in Mexico. Hit 243 for LG back in the KBO. 8 home runs. And 25 runs batted in. Played for them in 2020 as well. Is this one hitting the air towards left and deep. Camacho drifting back will make the catch just in front of the wall, and that'll end the inning. Yum gave it a charge, gave it a bat flip as well. Just didn't get enough out of it. And we head to the 9th, the last of the 9th. Cougars trailing 17-5. Ninth inning we go here. Jovan Camacho up the plate. Grounded to first in his only at bat. Trying to put together a big ninth inning. That's what the Cougars would need. Grounds this one towards second base. Heft will pick it up on a couple of hops and throw him out at first. One down here in the ninth inning. Taft and Hensley coming back to the plate. Walks scored last inning. As Camden Cisneros pitching here in the ninth, by the way, for Saddleback. Trying to close things out. As that one hits Hensley on the hand, and it's going to be called a strike. Got him in the hand or got him in the arm. He's uncomfortable. And not only does he get the pain, he's going to be behind in the count, 0-2. Definitely caught him in the arm. It's a scenario of he's going to either have to stay at the plate or they're going to have to bring in someone to take over for him. And it looks like they're going to hit for Hensley here. As it's going to be 0-2. And the Cougars will have to use Chris Resendiz here to hit. So, don't see that often. Resendiz comes in with 2 strikes on him. Let's work the count back to 2-2. He fouls the 2-2 pitch away and will stay at the plate. Just trying to extend the game a little bit further here. Resendiz trying to battle here. And a 2-2 count, like we said, an awkward spot for him coming in with 2 strikes on him. It's done good to stay alive so far. So the 2-2 pitch misses down in the dirt, and the count is full. And he's going to be set down on strikes looking. Good pitch that time from Cisneros. So the Cougars down to their final out as Ballesteros will step in. He's played the entire way for COC, takes a called strike, has a hit and 4 at-bats. Takes a big hack at that one, swings and misses as a breaking ball down in the dirt from Cisneros. Got him chasing. It's 0-2. So Saddleback a strike away from picking up their first win of the year. So that one misses away in the count 1-2. That one off the glove of Cisneros. Going to pick it up, flip to first, and that'll do it for the ball game. Saddleback going to take it 17-5. They led the entire way, as it was pretty much all Bobcats from the early going. Wilford will pick up the win, as he went 6 innings strong. Bauman is going to get the loss. And for the Cougars, they fall to 0-1 on the year. They'll do it again on Saturday at Saddleback. And that'll do it for us here on the Cougar Sports Network today, and we will see you back here next week on Tuesday for more baseball as COC back in action against Orange Coast College, another Orange Empire Conference opponent here at Cougar Field. I want a 2 p.m. start time. We'll have it for you here on the Cougar Sports Network. Until then, have a great rest of your weekend, everybody, and enjoy some more baseball here in the college ranks as it's underway. Trying to draw some basketball as well. We'll have some basketball for you next week. But anyway, have a good night, everybody. We'll see you next week here on the Cougar Sports Network.